back to our next segment. We are so excited to have with us from Owensboro Regional Recovery, Brett Charney and Adrian Howard. Hey guys, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
Well, I'm going to say, I know before going on, we were talking about some nerves here. And first of all, I want to say, and I want to say this to the audience, we are excited to talk about this Appalachian journey that you all are going to go on. And I know a lot of the people at Owensboro Regional Recovery because I do smoking cessation classes there. I've met both of you all before, and I know this is out of your comfort zone and a little different, but if you all don't mind, tell us a little bit. I'm going to start with Brett. Is that okay? You good with that, Adrian?
Perfectly fine.
Awesome.
Please do.
Brett, I want to talk to you about what's going on. Can you tell our audience what this journey is and what you guys are going to be doing?
The journey is about spiritual growth and personal development. Personal growth, I've talked to a lot of people and read a lot of books over the years, and it's a life-changing experience, and we've both been through a life-changing experience over the course of the past year through, getting introduced to recovery and starting to walk through and live that way of life. And we were put together in the right spot at the right time. We were two people with the same desire, and through casual conversation, this idea to walk the Appalachian Trail came out. It's something we both wanted to do, and the more time we put together, trying to get sober and living in a community atmosphere at Orr, it just started taking shape, and this is kind of where we're at now.
Well, Adrian, if you don't mind to tell us a little bit about exactly what you guys are going to be doing.
Well, we're going to be hiking from Springer Mountain, Georgia, which is up near Dahlonega, and then we'll go from there to Mount Katahdin, Maine, northern Maine.
Wow.
So, about 22,150 miles on average, plus or minus a few.
Now, will there be anyone else going with you guys, or will it be like who's participating?
It'll just be Brett and I.
I hope you guys like each other
a
lot.
Yeah. We do.
We are.
And tell us a little bit about like the self-discovery you're hoping for, or why is this happening? Why are you doing this?
It's been a dream. It's something I've thought about and planned on doing for years. I've wanted to do for years, and just, to be honest with you, I've never been in a point or been sober enough to do it. And, everybody says you get a real intimate understanding of your body, what you're capable of, what you're not capable of, what you need, what you don't need in life. And, we've both changed, I feel, drastically in the past year. I know I can look at Adrian and see a completely different person than I met a year and a half ago. And I'm sure the same could probably be said for me. But when we walk through this, we're going to come out of the other side, different people.
Right.
And, definitely have forged a friendship that will never go away. And, I can only imagine the type of friends we'll be once we struggle or thrive or whatever it looks like when we get to the other end of this.
Before your recovery journey, were you an outdoor person, Adrian?
No, absolutely. I'll always stay outside, in the outdoors.
And are you all from this either of these areas, or are you all from Kentucky? Where are you all from?
No, I'm from Florida originally,
okay.
And then moved to Alabama when I was 15, and then I joined the Army shortly thereafter. I served in the Army for 8.5 years, came back, and 2008. And when I come back, I've just been all over the place, been a mess, pretty much.
And now you're all cleaned up?
Now I'm all cleaned up. And
you get to go be a mess in the woods now, right?
Be a mess in the woods.
Now, what about you, Brett?
I'm from Kentucky. I've lived here most of my life. I've lived in a few other states working and stuff like that. But, I don't know if we'll be walking through 14 states from Georgia to Maine. And been to most of them, I think. Not some of the northern states, but that's neat.
Were you an outdoorsy person to begin with? Did you like being outside as well, or is this something new in your recovery process that?
I've backpacked. My dad and a real good friend of his, Dennis Cravens, they got us started backpacking when we were, about that big, 4 or 5 years old. And, I've section hiked a whole bunch of the Appalachian Trail and just in different areas. I don't know how many miles. Probably all of my hiking experience may equal what we're getting ready to do in one journey. So.
Now, did you all know each other before this, or did you met through your recovery?
Absolutely not. We met
in recovery.
we met standing outside on the smoke yard, isn't it?
In the smoke yard. I know. Isn't it crazy how one one conversation or one encounter can lead to a lifetime of friendship?
Yeah, I'd just done an interview at Orr for part of the continuing process, and I came out and I was sharing with him what I shared as my long-term goal, and he's like, man, I've always wanted to do that too, and we started talking about it. He's like, man, I'll do it with you, and there was just a feel for him. He's a military man. He's you know, he can adapt, and you know, he can adapt to about anything. I was like, man, this is the first person I ever met that I felt like had the capability to do this too. I don't know if I have the capability. I think I can, but I know the combination of the two of us, I think, will make a heck of a team, and you know, hopefully my bad days are his good days, and his good,
and vice versa.
And vice versa.
See, when I was in the Army, I was an infantryman, so that's a big part of, you know, living out of a rucksack and walking many, many miles, and you know, and I think that'll be, I don't know, it's just something that's been a part of my adult life, you know, most of my adult life.
Right.
And so.
What about others that are hearing about this, that are currently going through treatment and recovery? How are they receiving this information on what you all are going to do? It sounds pretty inspiring to any of us.
We've got a whole lot of positive feedback, and we've got a lot of positive feedback from people that aren't in recovery. You know, this is, you know, for me, I don't know that I feel like I've ever truly been a good father. I've always been there and been a provider, but you know, my main thing is I want my daughter to have something she's proud of.
Right.
You know, if I can inspire some people along the way, I believe we're going to. You know, I think that's going to be great. But you know, there's a lot of people that, you know, are just finding other stuff that has nothing to do with recovery. And it, you know, if it inspires somebody to go back to school, if it inspires somebody to get sober, lose weight, you know, become healthier, you know, that's. I think the world just needs to be a little bit kinder, and you know, if we can put some kind vibes in people, I think it'll, you know, it's just gonna be a positive thing all the way around.
Do you think are there any other have any other people, you know, expressed interest in doing this? Because I could see others saying, hey, can I go with you? But this may be something you all need to do.
There's a lot of people that are like, man, I wish I could do that. I think I could do that. You know, I'd like to do that. And it's, there's been a few people that have kind of, you know, that have kind of hinted around to it, but it's pretty much, I think, just something that the two of us, I don't think it's something you could do with a multitude of people. You know, you have to, you know, Adrian and I spent a lot of time over this past winter. We probably hiked 100 plus miles.
Oh, wow.
Just on the weekends, you know, while we were in the process before I moved out of the building. And, you know, we're a good pair when it comes to that. You know, we feed off each other's energy, and you know, we can sit down. We'll get in places. We always take a thermos of coffee and we'll sit down somewhere. And you know, sometimes we'll talk for 2 or 3 hours. Sometimes we walk for an hour or two and don't say a word. And it's not because there's anything wrong. It's because it's just right, and we're getting whatever we need to get. You know, nature's an amazing way to help you heal.
Absolutely.
And you know, I believe we all come from nature, and you know, when you get back to the grassroots of thing, it's you know, I think it's going to teach us what we need in life. You know, I think we're both learning how to live life a little better now, and you know, 5 months of depending on each other and depending on what nature's got to provide for us or what we have to deal with, it's going to teach us a lot, you know, a lot about life.
And Adrian, can you tell us when do you start this journey, and then what is there an end date you're looking at, month or time frame here?
Well, we're planning on starting around the 1st of March, no later than mid-March.
Okay.
And we figured we should finish somewhere in July, or somewhere around July, maybe mid-July, 1st of August. Depending.
I like how when it's getting warmer, you're heading north.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's quite smart.
Yeah.
That's quite smart. Now, people listening today may want to know more information or may want to help out in some way. Is there a way for the community to do that?
Yeah, we've got a penny a mile pledge, which, you know, essentially it's 2,200 miles. The trail fluctuates year to year depending on erosion and wildflowers and stuff like that. So, you know, penny a mile pledge, it's $22. And, you know, we're trying to, you know, pay for our trip, but we're also trying to raise money for, you know, some different things that we're passionate about. And, you know, hopefully when it's all said and done, there'll be a little bit of both.
Now, does or have a Facebook page that people can go to and get more information?
Yeah, they've got a GoFundMe account set up, and then we're on OR's Facebook page. We're in the process of setting up, or I think it's set up, we just don't have it completely run, a Facebook page that just pertains to this journey, and we'll, you know, they can definitely find us on OR's website though, or they're on their Facebook page.
Well, before we go, what would, if either of you would like to say, you know, if someone is currently battling an addiction, doesn't matter whether it's drugs, alcohol, like you all said, we all have our vices that we're carrying around. What is your, you know, your encouragement to someone going through something right now?
Go ahead.
You know, the world's full of possibilities. You know, it's a struggle. The first several months is a struggle, but when you break through that wall where you start to see, your mind starts to clear and you start to see the beauty in whatever you're trying to overcome, I don't know the right word for it. Your personal satisfaction you get from seeing that you've walked through your, you know, your disability. It's amazing. You know, to have a positive outlook in life. You know, to know that, you know, nothing has to control you. We let tons and tons of stuff control us, and you know, ultimately you've got yourself, and you know, it's something you can't do alone. You have to have a group of people to help you. You have to have outside support, because left to your own mind is probably your worst device.
Absolutely.
Yep.
What about you? You're a man of many words, aren't you,
I
Adrian? Well, you know, I've heard someone say, you know, no one failed from too much support.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to fail because you were over supported most of the time, if it's true support. So I hope you know that that I know that people watching this are going to be so inspired by what you men have already done, much less what you're going to do. And like I said, I have a special place in my heart for you guys and for what you're going through. So thank you so much for being open and sharing your journey with us. And we wish you the best of luck.
Well, thank you very much.
You.
And we'd like to thank you for watching our program today. We hope you'll stay tuned for more great community programming here on Channel 71.